All right, so we're gonna read the norms that we picked last time. Everyone will be present and contribute to the conversations. We'll be on time, we'll have an agenda and stick to it. We'll be positive, proactive, and solution driven, and we will practice polite use of technology. So if we can, let's just go around the room and make really quick introductions.
Melissa Box, RLA, 7th grade.
Gina Morris, Science, 8th grade.
Amy Maxey, Associate Principal.
Leah Sands, Principal.
Kristen Gibson, Campus Learning Coordinator.
Heidi Kashat, School Counselor.
Jennifer Newton, RLA, 6th grade.
Marie Goodwin, Math, and Stu co-sponsor.
Okay, thank you. So last time, just to go back a little bit, last time we talked about why teachers need to track progress and why students need to track progress. It is a research-based best practice. Our friend Mike Mattis, that we all know and love, says that teachers need to be aware of every student's progress by standard all the times, at all times. He said that this summer when we were in Little Rock. So why students need to track progress, again, a research-based best practice. Research shows that students who track their own progress on their data are more successful. John Hattie's list of influences, we talked about that last time. It is right there. 1.33, which is a huge influence on students when they do their self-reporting, which is tracking their own grades and making goals. All right, so since last time, the changes that I've made were changes that we discussed in our meeting. I went and said, I don't remember who suggested it, I believe maybe Melissa suggested that instead of having different passports for everyone, that we just add tabs to the bottom. So I just added tabs so that we can share this passport one time, and if they're in a 7th or 8th grade, or if they have science, they already have this. And so I just need to kind of retrofit it so that everybody is on one sheet. Maybe have a 6th grade one, a 7th grade one, and an 8th grade one, and all the tabs would be at the bottom. So this will be in the student's drive, and they'll just be able to open it up. Another change that I made since last time, because we talked about goals, this is their data sheet that they use before they have a test. Like today they had a test, they get this data sheet, they write down their responses, they're gonna set a goal. When we go back and talk about it tomorrow, they're gonna say if their goal was met, and if it was not, how they can improve and meet their goal next time. So I made those changes to those documents. All right, so the purpose of today's meeting is really to discuss the survey that we just did and to decide on a PD. So we did a survey. My survey had questions related to, trying to get to what PD that they would need. So I made this document about professional development needs, and based on the survey, I came up with the top 5 needs that I saw based on this survey. So we're gonna focus on the first 2 today. Teachers need professional development on the importance of the practice of student self-reporting. On this survey, they were asked how important they thought that it was that students track their own data. 64% said that they thought it was somewhat important. 36% reported it was very important. So, we have some work to do there. The second question was, do you have a system to track data? 14% of the teachers reported that they do have a system in place, and they use it only occasionally. 50% of the teachers reported that they do not have a system and they would like to have one. And 21% of the teachers reported that they are not interested in using a program of this sort. So, my proposal is that let me get back to where I was. For professional development, possibly, there we go. Keep clicking off of it. I actually did email Mike Mattis and told him what we were doing, and Stella didn't think he would email me back, but he most certainly did. I was very proud of that. I guess I should have emailed Louise, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, Mike emailed me back, and I told him what the PD was, what the goal was, what we were wanting to do, and he suggested these 3. I did want to stick with Solution Tree because that's what we've been doing, and so he suggested these 3. I have not been able to. We're having an issue with access to it, so I haven't been able to get to them and read and listen to them. But before the next time we meet, I wanna go through and listen to all three of those and see, you know, one or two or three, you know, how many of them would be appropriate for that meeting. So I feel like a good PD would be to first, you know, give them materials like this and show them the importance so that everybody knows, you know, what an effective practice it is. And then, actually share the one that I have made with them and show them the changes that we made. And also, I talked to, JR, who has, as you guys know, has been like, just a crazy, wonderful addition to our science team. He's amazing. He knows so much about technology and he's just on board with everything. So JR's been using this system, and he, you know, I was talking to him about the need for the students have this, but we need a place for the teachers to go to see them all. So what he came up with, and I don't have a copy of it right with me, but what he came up with was a Google Slides that looks like a notebook with tabs that have the alphabet, and you click on the tabs and it goes to the page of S, and right there he has the links to each student's passport, so you just pull them out of your Google folder.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
So you actually, now there's a little bit of work up front. You've got to go in and, you know, hand take those links and put them in, but once you do that, you've got a binder that you can open up. You can click on B, you can go to that, you know, student, and you can see his progress tracker like instantly. So to me, that's kind of the end goal. If you guys, you know, approve with this PD, that's kind of where I see it going.
I think we've gotta cast a vision, and I'm gonna be honest, I've been crazy with my mom out in the hospital.
Right.
So I haven't started it yet, but my goal is I'm gonna have posters on the wall, and when kids master a teeth, they're putting stars on their teeth that they mastered. But I've done goal setting with kids, and I've seen the response, and it is fabulous. So we've got to cast that vision out there where teachers see it's not more work for them, it's actually going to make their work easier.
Exactly.
Because when you get a kid interested in learning and showing their progress, then that's less work for you. But we've got to cast that vision.
It does, it makes a huge difference, and we've all seen how we've rolled out Solution Tree. We've done it very deliberately, very slowly. We don't wanna, you know, flood anybody's boat, and that's, you know, this time of year is probably pretty easy to do. So that's where this committee will need to say how we're going to implement it. Who, you know, is it going to be PD, is it gonna be whole group, or is it gonna be departments during CTM? Is it gonna be core only? Is it gonna be optional to participate? You know, I feel like maybe even in the beginning, it needs to be optional to participate. And then the only other part of it is that we have to have a tool to know how effective it was. And to me, just, you know, looking to see that the teachers have filled it in their standards there and they're actually using it, and, you know, seeing if they're using what we made, or maybe they come up with a different idea for where to house all those links. And just kind of maybe surveying some students, and, you know, on the back end of it is kind of where I see that going.
And I feel like if you've got the kids setting goals and you're looking for its effectiveness, you look at your star results and see how we grew,
True,
if we didn't
true.
grow. I mean, that's kind of the end, I mean, not the end goal, but it is the end goal.
But in the meantime, y'all give your testimonials of what you're seeing in science
Right.
to help other people want
Well,
to.
and I did talk to JR, and JR said that he would be willing to talk at a PD too and show what he did with that piece of it. And I feel like it would be a good thing for another teacher, especially a new teacher, to come in and say, hey, I'm using this and I added this piece to it, and, you know, to show his contribution that he's on board with it. I feel like that would be good. But what do y'all think about just making it, you know, optional to participate in the beginning?
I definitely think you make it optional, because I think some people are on board and wanna do it, and some people it would just make everything harder for them.
Right. Well, and I think that's how we present it to them. You know, some of you said in the survey that you would like something like this, and so here it is if you're wanting to use it, and we can help you use it, and just kind of start it like that.
I
So,
love it. And if you give everybody the why, I mean, I think you just
Right.
always start, this is
Right.
why we're doing this is what effective research has
Right.
proven that's gonna have on these kids, and then you give them the option to try it out.
Well, and somebody who is a resistor will all of a sudden see success and may wanna try it. you know.
Right. Well, and if you don't have them naturally on board, it doesn't matter what you do. You're not
Right.
gonna drag them
Right.
kicking and
Right.
screaming. So they would be better off to see the success that others have with it first, and then say, hey, I think I might wanna try that. You know, I think you just have better success that way. And like I said, we don't wanna turn over anybody's boat right now.
Well, I think a lot of people, they want to do a lot of data and progress monitoring and all that, but they don't know how, like, I'm one of those teachers that I want to, you know, I plan to have a data board and display it, but it's, you don't know exactly how to do it that would be the best way for you and your kids, and then
Right.
keeping up with it, and then showing it, and all that, so I think this is a really good,
Yeah, I feel like
way
if you
to-
present it to them like the kids
Yes.
have already been trained,
yes.
they're already using it, and all you have to do is go in and put your standards and start using it, and I can put your standards in for you if you don't
I
have
think
time.
that's great,
You know,
yeah,
so,
I think that's great.
alright, anybody else have any comments? Okay, good, thank you.